Hey everybody! Today we've got a hat trick. Third time on the show. Tony Fleecs.
Hey,
how you doing?
Happy to be back, guys. How you guys doing?
Oh, it's great to have you.
We're doing good. It was really nice to meet you in person in Baltimore. Hopefully, you had a good time there.
I did, yeah. It was good.
It's a great convention. It really was.
Now, pure comics convention. There was a bit of famous people, but just a ton of comics people. So that always feels good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I loved going there, and it was way different than New York Comic Con. So it was much more fun for me than New York. So
yeah, I'm sorry I missed out on it. New York was
New York drained mine for a month.
Yeah, New York had warned me out, and I had to go into stasis.
Yeah,
I'm still recovering.
So I have a quick question right out of the gate. How do you have time to come on here with us? You're like writing everything right now, basically. You have 3 books on the shelves right now, right?
Yeah,
Feral, The Thing, and Omega Kids.
Well, yeah, Thing is done. So it's right now. It's actually just Feral and Omega Kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so Omega Kids? Can you catch us up on that? What is Omega Kids?
Sure. Yeah. So they're doing this Age of Revelation crossover right now in the Mutant books and the X-Men books. All the series sort of got not canceled, but they paused Uncanny X-Men and Storm and everything else, and they jumped those stories 10 years into the future, and sort of changed them in like a Age of Apocalypse sort of way, where Uncanny X-Men becomes Unbreakable X-Men and so on and so forth. And then they added a few sort of like mini-series in there too, to sort of like populate the world of what's going on 10 years in the future in this sort of like post-apocalypse, the character. And there's a new apocalypse, like the heir to Apocalypse is this guy, Revelation, who used to be Doug Ramsey from the New Mutants. But my story, it just sort of covers what Quentin Quire is up to in the post-apocalypse.
Right. Okay.
X years in the future. So it's a story about Quentin Quire and this group of like psychic youngsters that he's training to be like sort of like precog spies to hunt down dissidents and stuff. He's on Team Revelation, while some of the X-Men are like rebels. He's fully bought into the idea of like mutant supremacy, and so he's with Revelation, and he's training up these other young kids to be like mutant spies. So I get to do it's not old man Quentin, because he's probably like maybe 25, 30 years old here. Probably 30 years old. Mm-hmm. So it's like young grown-up man Quentin. Not a catchy Quentin.
Yeah.
There you go. Adult Quentin.
Honestly, it's not too much of a surprise that Quentin Quire would join up with the bad guys at that point. Yeah, I mean, it fits his character pretty well.
For sure. Yeah, and it was really an exercise in I'm not writing him as any sort of villain or mustache twirler. He's doing horrible stuff, but like I'm writing it from his point of view, where he's like, this is what's right for my people. This is what I've always sort of been on. And so he's just sort of going down that path, which I'm interested to see how readers, like how they take that, because I feel like you really want it at the end for him to be like, I get it, I was wrong. But it really is just sort of like, spoilers. he's just doing his thing.
How many issues? How many issues is it?
It's just 3.
3 issue? It's a 3 issue series?
Okay, and that's one of the tie-in series to this whole Age of Revelation event.
Yeah, there are a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, do you remember the original Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah.
I mean, that was unbelievable.
So the difference with this and Age of Apocalypse, this has a lot of tie-in titles. Yeah. There's a Cloak and Dagger title, there's a Spider-Man title, there's a whole bunch of X-Men titles, there's so many.
Yeah, the original one, they basically just took all the series that were there and just turned them into new series for 3 months or 4 months. Yeah. This one they did what Marvel do, and they peppered in a few in between the raindrops. There's probably like
they brought characters back, characters we haven't seen, like Omega Kid is back and Cloak and Dagger are back. We haven't seen them in a while.
Well, remember the last I remember, Quentin Quire was killed by Sabretooth?
Oh no, he got killed a million times in Krakoa. But he's in the Alaska X-Men team now. He's up with Cyclops and Beast in Alaska.
Yeah, because I remember I read one of those.
They regenerated.
Yeah,
they're regenerated.
But they don't have that anymore, right? They lost that regeneration thing.
But I'm assuming it hasn't died since then.
Right.
Well, I just remember Sabretooth. in one of the series, Sabretooth beheading him, and then his brain was around, but not him, or I don't know. It was very odd.
He lived in a jar for a long time. He has
Yes.
died most
That
out
was
of
it.
anybody,
Yeah.
for sure.
And brutally in that X-Men series, that Sabretooth series. Oof.
So are you killing him too?
I'm not allowed to spoil.
Spoil.
Everyone kills Kid Omega.
That's how it has to end. So how did it go from the Thing to Kid Omega?
It was the same editors, Tom Brevoort and Darren Shan hired me for the Thing, and then they're the ones running X-Men now too. So they, as the Thing was going well, and they liked the stuff that I was doing, they were like, "We're doing this thing also," and so they just sort of like offered it to me.
Cool.
It was a real good fit too, because I really like my favorite X-Men books have always been like the teenager ones, the New Mutants, New X-Men, Academy X, like that type of stuff. And so it was fun to get to create some of my own like teenage mutants and write about them.
I mean, that's great. That the Thing has been fantastic. I'm a little disappointed to hear that it's coming to an end. I was hoping it was going to go into a series.
Ongoing. I would love that too. I mean, I don't know if it's sold well. The weird thing on Marvel stuff is I never know what the number. I mean, nobody knows what the numbers are. I know what I sell at Image Comics on my stuff because I get a report every issue. But with Marvel stuff, it's just sort of like, who knows how they're doing? So I would assume if the trade sells well, or whatever, maybe perhaps we'll I would love to come back and do more. I'd love to do another Thing story. But yeah, it was always just a 5-issue miniseries when I was writing it.
Right. I wish it was longer.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're a huge fan.
So, I'm a huge fan. It's funny because I just finished reading Marvel 2 in 1, and then after that, I'm reading the original Thing series right now.
Nice.
So
I read a full reread.
Yes, I'm doing a full reread. I read my new comic books. This is going to sound strange. I read my new comic books in the day, and when I go to bed at night, I pull some back issues, and I read a whole series. Yes, it's weird. I know. And I'm reading.
And then you've carefully thought it out, though.
I just carefully, it's like there are if you go to my bedroom right now, there's no new comic books. It's all old back issues that I read. That's it's weird. What can I say? I'm strange, you know that. How is this doing?
That's doing good. Yeah, we got numbers in for issue 18 yesterday. We ticked up a little bit, so things are going good. We're issue 20 is the end of this arc that we're currently in, and then we're already working on issue 21 stuff, and issue 21 we're getting really excited about that one. So it's going great.
No end in sight, right? It's going on. That's great to hear. Yeah, I mean, it's been good, but there's times when I curse you, but that's part of being a fan of a comic book. Stop killing things.
I haven't killed anyone beloved in a long time. I know.
There was one where I was like, I should text him I should message him right now. You bastard! Why would you kill him? And it's funny, at Baltimore Comic Con, he was sitting next to Trish Forstner, who is the artist, and I was like, you got to tell him stop. Stop this killing. I mean, it's been great. It's a really good series. I'm really. If you're watching this and you're not reading Feral, shame on you for not reading Feral. It is absolutely fantastic. How about trade paperbacks? It's third one or fourth one already?
Third one. There's 3 trade paperbacks in stores, and then that issue 17 you just held up is the second part of the 4th arc. So the 4th one comes out in February, which is when the Thing trade comes out too. A bunch of stuff comes out in February.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
Tony Fleecs month, February.
Yeah. It's Uncanny Valley Volume 2. It's the Thing trade. It's Feral trade, and maybe another one. But yeah, a bunch of stuff.
Are you planning on doing any store visits or cons to support the trade releases?
That'll be right around like when C2E2 is. So I'm always going to conventions. I got one more biggest show this year, GalaxyCon in Columbus, Ohio, and then I've got C2E2 and early next year, and I'm doing Emerald City again. So I'll be bouncing around. I haven't planned out like a tour yet. We did the Crazy Feral tour. The end of last year, and I think I'm still recovering from that. So I'm just trying to get things made.
Are you doing Baltimore again?
I think so. I love that show.
Me too. I love that show.
And it's actually a great work show too, because I'll go out there, I'll stay at Trish's place,
Right.
crash on her couch, and then I took Monday off too. I didn't fly back until Tuesday, so we did the show, and then Monday we just sat around and jammed on comic stuff, like on Feral stuff, and we knocked out a ton of covers and just sort of like
that's great.
Stuff. I mean, it's not like they're fully colored or whatever, but we sort of like got a bunch of stuff sketched out and planned, and she was penciling stuff and kicking it over to me, and I was inking it, and it was just like a fun. I used to work in a studio with Tone Rodriguez, who also works on Feral, and Chris Burnham and Dennis Culver and Drew Johnson and Gus Vasquez, a bunch of comics guys. It was sort of like, it reminded me of that, like sitting in the same room with somebody and drawing and being creative. It's so different than what it's like now, where I sit here in my house and write, with put on records and try not to get distracted and sit around and write. So it was fun to actually sit somewhere and draw with somebody.
And did you do any marketing when you were there? Any, reach out to anybody else there? Anybody else come up to you? You working for DC soon, or?
I did some podcasts and stuff. I am working for DC soon.
So I was. Are you allowed to say?
No, they had an announcement at New York Comic Con.
Yes, the big announcement.
Yeah, like coming out of KO.
Yeah.
They're doing. It's called Level Up or Next Level. I should know what exactly it's called, but they announced a bunch of books and a bunch of creators, and they didn't really connect all the creators to the books. But Scotty Young's doing Lobo, and what were the other ones they announced? Greg Rucka and Danny are doing Batwoman. I think those are the only ones that have been announced.
Greg Rucka's a great fit for Batwoman.
I mean, he created the character.
Yeah.
17 years ago, I think.
It'd be great to bring him back on that.
Yeah, so I think that'll do great. I'm excited to even sort of be. I mean, Scotty is a friend of mine, but I've always really looked up to him as like a creator and as a business person. Like, I'm just like, look at this guy. He's cartoony like me, and he's really setting the whole world on fire. So
he really does.
When they told me that he was doing Lobo, I got really excited about the book that I'm working on and about just being a part of the that thing. So yeah,
and that is
no, but he's going to do. He's also going to do the interior art on the Lobo series, and
no, it's Jorge Corona.
He's right.
He's writing it. Okay,
Jorge just did Transformers, but Scotty and him did the Me You Love in the Dark and Middle West and the Ain't No Grave, like all their image books together. So this will be like those two taking their creator-owned thing and doing it at DC.
That's great, because his writing on I Hate Fairyland was just absolutely awesome and will be good for Lobo.
It really would. That's going to be fantastic.
A real basically direct one-to-one.
What I'm hearing is you're setting up visit number 4.
Yeah, I'll come back. Sure. Do you guys read DC Comics too? I don't know the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, I did.
I read everything.
I read everything.
You read way more than I do.
If you saw my weekly stack and what it looks like at this point, and it's funny at this point, it's probably upstairs right now because today we're recording on a Wednesday. My wife picks it up now because she works like 5 minutes from there.
Figure out,
and it's not a good thing. How's that?
Having her know how much is being spent, you mean?
Not a good thing. It's definitely not a good thing. Then I disguise it as the show, so it really works out for me. It's for the show. I don't, because we do a live every Thursday where we show what we bought for the week, and I don't know if you ever watched it, but we promote you a lot.
If I'd known that, I'd been watching the whole time.
We promote you a lot because I'm buying pretty much everything you're putting out, and if I see your name on it, I buy it. And I call you friend of the show, Tony Fleecs. Future, now I'm just going to change it to future co-host, Tony Fleecs.
So people will be like, "Is Brian sick? Like what?"
So what else do you have? Do you have anything coming up that you can talk about besides
I mean, yeah. Oh, the Marvel swimsuit special we did in July. They're doing a follow up to that in December.
It's gonna be a ski one.
Yeah, it's like a winter break swimsuit.
Nice.
It's me and Tim Seeley again, and art by Nick Bradshaw and Rochelle Rosenberg again. And then all the pinups that were in that are always in the Marvel swimsuit special.
Sure.
So yeah, that's coming up. It's basically just Omega Kids and Feral, and then we've got that. It's a one shot And then I'm working on some other stuff, but none of it is announced yet, or like at a place where I could talk about it.
Okay. You're busy though. You're doing a lot. You're working on a lot. That's good.
Yeah. And then there's stuff that's like not even comics, where like I'm sort of writing on other stuff, and we put this comic together that's like an educational thing that's more like like when people make like technical films or whatever. Like
Sure.
Yeah, like me and my studio from back in the day have that going on the side. So yeah, I'm very busy. I don't make it.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
You mentioned before you would sit and write, put on music. What kind of music do you listen to when you write? I'm just curious.
Normally I put on like scores, like movie scores or classical music. Sometimes it can be music with lyrics, but it helps if I've heard it before. It can't be new music because I'll get distracted and want to hear what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a record player here I write here in the dining room. And I got a record player around the corner that makes me have to stand up every 20 minutes or so and flip it over. Sort of give me a couple of beats to reconsider what I'm doing and think about it for a second before I get back in.
We have a very young audience. Can you explain what a record player is?
Record player, young audiences know.
Not
from the rap music, this thing, but you don't have to do any sort of.
We don't have a young
audience.
That would have surprised me. Like, you guys
Tony, give a second. They have a young audience?
Yeah. Am I at a parody?
Young audience is also reading Marvel 2-in-1 in bed before they go to sleep at night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the kids love.
We're big with the 18 to 25-year-old.
The reason I asked about the music was because I read a lot about creative writing and stuff like that, and I know people say like if you're listening to anything that has too many changes or something that is new or something like that, it's too distracting to listen to. So yeah, scores make sense, and instrumental music makes sense.
I listen to classical music when I read comics too.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I can listen to jazz or classical when I read, but I can't
be silent. It has to be
can't have lyrics. Yeah, it distracts me too much.
Yeah, there has to be sound.
Yeah.
So now that you're big time, when you first came on, you weren't this giant of the comic book industry. Now you are a giant of the comic book industry. Who would you really like to work with as an artist on maybe a future project?
Oh, you know who I love is Roger Cruz. You know Roger Cruz? He in the 90s, he drew Age of Apocalypse Alpha.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I know the issue. He was a super cool artist in the 90s. He drew Youngblood, like in the second arc. He's a Brazilian guy. And he most recently was working at DC. I think he did some Robin stuff, like Gleb Melkinov was doing Robin and Roger Cruz was doing the fill-in issues. I'm not sure what all he's done over there, but I think he's awesome. I don't know. I don't have like any real big guys on my sites. I have like people I'm friends with that I'm like, I hope we do something together someday. Yeah. I'm friends with Chris Burnham. Like it would be fun for us to do something someday. I'm friends with a lot of guys. I'm friends with Tyler Kirkham. Like I feel like it would be cool to write something for him someday. But he's doing his own thing. He's doing Final Boss right now at Image, which he's like writing and drawing himself, which I almost prefer. Like I like it when people write and draw their own stuff so much that I'm just like, well, I would rather that than put my dumb stuff up for them to work on,
How about character-wise? If there was any character you could write, and now the world is your oyster now, so you basically can pick any character you want to write.
The world is not my oyster, but
that's not how we see it. We see it as Tony Fleecs just, says he wants to do something, and then
like
DC come running.
Like a butterfly crawling out of the cocoon.
There you go.
I like the X-Men stuff a lot. I'm excited to be doing stuff at DC. Like I keep, I read a lot like you do. Yeah. And when I'm reading, I'll remember characters or I'll be like, oh yeah, that thing happened. And so then I end up like texting my editors all the time and going like, what about this character? What about this character? Like I said, I love the teenage characters. So like Young Justice, New Mutants, like this type of thing would be huge for me, a huge deal. I also would like to do like I would love to do like a Spawn comic someday. I would love to do like I love Image Comics so much. I would love to do some sort of like, Extreme Universe, like the Youngblood's back, if they brought, like Brigade or Newman or something back, like it'd be cool to do something.
Hasn't been around in a while.
Shadowhawk, yeah. Shadowhawk has been around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We used to put Shadowhawk in Local Man all the time. But yeah, it would be fun to do something with. I think that's probably his most recent appearance.
Yeah, he has been around.
No, he really has been around a while. That was one of
one shot. Philip Tan did a one shot called The Last Shadowhawk, probably 2 years.
Oh, we're frozen.
Oh, did I freeze?
You froze.
You froze just a second.
Just for a second, though.
Okay. I was saying Philip Tan did a Shadowhawk one shot called The Last Shadowhawk. That was real cool looking.
Yeah.
But then that's the last thing I think I remember him being in.
Yeah, that would be a cool character to bring back. Really hasn't had anything going for a while.
Yeah. I'm thinking of those Image characters who would come back. I was like, I used to really like Stormwatch. Stormwatch was like my favorite Image comic, I think.
Oh, that's cool. Like, I mean, working at DC, that's
where they have it. Yeah.
That's all of my. If I go like, what about this character? I'm going like, I'm like, do we have Cybernary? Can we use Cyber? I'm just thinking about popcorn characters and stuff. So I'm definitely show my generation, my age whenever I'm sending emails like this, because I think my editor is definitely younger than me, and so they don't have the same like Wildstorm appreciation that I have. They're just like, we're used to people asking for like Batgirl or like popular characters, and I'm like, can we use Grunge from Gen 13? Where's he at?
Gen 13. Oh my God,
the Gen 13.
That's an old one.
Yeah, that's a really old one.
Wow. I thought about that book in forever.
I have them. I have a lot.
I'm sure you have a lot.
I've been buying them Image stuff. I'm rebuying it again lately. It's great stuff. That early.
That Gen 13, the Campbell Gen 13 stuff is some of my favorite comics ever. It was real formative stuff for me. One of my favorites is issue 3, I think, is the one where Pitt is on the cover. One of my favorite comics ever.
Oh my God, Pitt too. Yeah, I recently bought Pitt #1 at a convention in like a dollar bin.
Yeah.
And I had never read it, and it's a weirder book than I thought.
Oh, it's a weird
for book. Sure.
That's a strange character. Yeah.
Now, has Feral been optioned yet?
No, Feral just still exists as a comic book. It's just we just make the book, and hopefully someday somebody will give us money for it. But in the meantime, we're just earning off of our wits.
Great animated series.
I was going to say it could scar a generation of children.
Yeah,
that's the dream. We're just trying to traumatize as many youngsters as possible.
Exactly. Then you'll never be forgotten.
You never, right? Yeah. Scar a whole generation.
Yeah. Yep. Think about it, like Artax dying in Neverending Story.
Yeah.
Well, no one forgets it.
Transformers, like you said the other day.
Oh yeah, Optimus Prime dying in Transformers.
It
getting killed at the beginning of Transformers the movie.
A generation.
Yeah. Destroyed a generation.
Mom. Yeah.
What's that?
Bambi's mom.
Bambi's mom. That's another one.
The Secret of Nim, like all that scary shit in The Secret of Nim.
Secret of Nim was awesome.
The Dark Crystal. All that kind of.
Yeah, if you can do that, if you can get one thing out there that just bothers an entire generation, that's immortality.
They never forget you. The masses hate you forever.
Then I can finally calm down some and just do like one thing at a time.
Right.
When I go to conventions, I could just put on my banner like the picture of the thing that traumatized the generation, and then just that's fine.
Tony Fleecs.
Oh, him. Yeah.
And all seriousness, how do you write that, differentiate that when you're writing Feral in one sit down, and then you're writing the thing in another sit down, and then you're writing Omega Kids? How do you divide your time amongst the different properties that you're working? And now you're going to be working at DC, so that's a whole nother.
Well, I try to write them on different days, usually different weeks. But sometimes I'll have ideas for one while I'm working on the other, and sort of jump over and jot a note down or something. But the process for making them isn't that different. Like it's all about like like setting up the situation the characters are in, and then understanding who the characters are, and sort of like I'll have like ideas of moments I want to have throughout the thing, and just a matter of putting that all together. So it's not like I have to get my head into a different mindset. There's just some like the thing as a character is a little funnier than like the cats in Feral. Yeah. So I can that one can be a little bouncier and a little more fun. Where in Feral, they're in such dire circumstances that, you know, if they start cracking wise all the time, it sort of like screws up the tone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all pretty much the same, but I do try and finish one script before I have
Okay.
back and forth. Like that would be hard to keep the tone consistent, but I can do, you know, like one day and then the next day work on something else once that's finished.
But even that brings up a good point too. Like Feral is yours, and you basically can do whatever you want with it. So you can kill characters when you want, and you can bring in characters when you want. Where you're working with the Thing, you have a history there. How is that different? How does that really shape the way you write something where there's a history and you probably have to get approval on some things with the Thing? Where Feral, I'm going to do whatever I want. It's my thing. So as a writer, how does that translate into your writing?
Well, I mean, what's good and bad about like licensed stuff, like working for like a Marvel or a DC, is that they have a bajillion characters. And so I can almost write sometimes like I'm sketching in shapes, you know, like I'm not doing the detailed sketching when I'm writing the outlines of something. And so I'll say like, you know, the Thing fights this character and this character and then this character. Because you've read that series, like, you know, there's parts of it where he's just like one after the other getting into tussles with people. And then luckily I send that document to my editor, Darren, and he sends it to Tom Brevoort, who's like a human android who contains all of Marvel Comics continuity inside of his brain. So, and he's especially a Thing fan. So he knows the 2-in-1 stuff. He knows, you know, like by month, basically, like where that character was, who he was aligned with, who he's mad at that time, you know. So,
oh my God.
I sent in the outline for the Thing, and there were a couple parts where he was like, all right, well, this character wouldn't be there right now because they wouldn't be fighting right now because they're friends right now.
Okay.
Or this character wouldn't be there because they're dead right now. If this happened, like once you start writing it, it's sort of wide open, but as soon as you start putting characters in and where they are and stuff, it sort of like zeroes it in on when it happened in past Marvel continuity. So it really did sort of it got to a point where it's like everything works here, but this character can't be there. You got to change that out for somebody else. And the great thing is there's a character that's just as good, you know, just as good. Just swap them out and put that character in. Although at the end of it, Madam Viper shows up, and in the initial pitch, that's Elektra, but she is dead then. So it was like you can't beat Elektra. Like when Elektra shows up, she has such a gravitas that when you see her hand ninjas and stuff, you're like, oh shit. Madam Viper also still pretty cool, but like not as cool as Elektra.
Not as cool as Elektra. Yeah.
We got close, you know.
Have they ever given you a character and you've been like, oh, hate this character?
No.
Oh
yeah, I can find like if I do hate a character, that's almost just as good to me, because then I can have the Thing or the other characters in the story be like, look at this idiot, you know, like, or you thought people were gonna like it when you did that, you know, like I can just sort of like shit on them, you know, from within the story and have that be like a way to deal with it rather than just be like, this character shouldn't exist. I think every character, even if their value is being shitty, has a value, you know?
Okay. Right. That's a great way to look at it.
That is a great way to look at it.
You know, just 1 second about process too. When you write a script, is it very full script, or do you just tend to sort of do like light description and go from there? Because, you know, some writers write like detailed panel descriptions, like really, really detailed.
Mine are pretty detailed, but they're also sort of like, I try not to let them sound too scattered, but it is just sort of like I'm dumping my brain onto the page. I always tell the artists that I'm working with that like because I also draw comics, I'm giving them the like everything that I'd want to have, because I've had
Sure.
like where I get to the end of it and I'm just like, oh, the building was supposed to be burned down or something,
Yeah.
and then I'm just like, well, I already turned in those pages. So it's like I've worked on projects where I've been like, I would have liked to have more information in the descriptions here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think because I'm a writer and an artist, I tend to probably overwrite sometimes. But it's mostly, it could just be like, here's what's in this panel, this, and this. The most important thing is this. I try to be pretty, just make it like a easy to use instruction manual for like how to make this page. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, but how does it work? And Age of the Omega Kids is a whole different thing. So it's Age of Revelation. It's a small piece of a big picture. How does that work? Are you in contact with the other people that are involved in the project, or is Omega Kid just a completely separate entity that really isn't tying? It's tying in some way, but not completely.
I got on the phone with Jed McKay. They sent me like a bunch of like his job when you're running an event like that. It's crazy because you not only have to write your book and whatever other books, like he's writing a few of those books, but then you also have to write like these big documents of like, here's what the world is like. And then like, he wrote like springboards for all these other characters, like all those other books that are like the tie-in books.
Yeah.
Those come from, I assume it's like him and the editors, or might just be just him. I don't know. But these springboards were like the Omega Kids one was like, Quentin Quire has like is like Peter Pan to a gang of like lost boys who are psychic spies, hunting down dissidents, and for a revelation. So like he not only had to figure out like what the world's like and where people are on the books he's writing, but like where everybody else is, and then these sort of like little springboard ideas for like this could be a series, this could be a series, this could be a series. So I had that stuff. That was like 2 or 3 documents, and those are sometimes like evolving, like. They'll write me back and be like, we changed this thing, or this isn't happening, or whatever. But yeah, that is like, they give you, it's almost like, it's not easier, but it's sort of like when you're working on something that's just out in Marvel, like could go anywhere. You've got basically like all of the Marvel universe to worry about. And when it's something like this, it's like, here's the world we're dealing with. Things might have changed, but just sort of focus on this over here. So it's sort of, makes it easier to just focus on like telling the story that you're telling. For me, where I'm just doing this little 3-issue thing. For Jed McKay, it must be much more difficult.
I imagine it would be. Now, are you reading any of the other stories in the Age of Revelation?
Yeah. I read I like the Gale Uncanny a bunch, so I read the first Unbreakable X-Men. I think that's the only one that's out so far. And I picked up Binary, and then and Tim Seeley's doing the Undead Deadpool or Undead Pool.
Yeah, Undead Pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the other one? Expatriate Avengers? X-Men.
Avengers. Yeah, I want to read that.
Avengers.
I love Danny Moonstar. I want to see what she's up to.
Cloak and Dagger is one. There's a Spider-Man one, right? There's so many.
They're dragging in everyone.
It's set 10 years in the future. It's so many. But I hate those, but love them at the same time, because what I do is I start out and I will get, like, I bought Omega Kids and I bought Cloak and Dagger because I'm a big fan, and I bought Expatriates, and then I'm like, I'm only going to buy these, but then I start going, all right, I got to get all of them. I have to get all of them because I can't
stop yourself.
Yeah.
So when I get into something like that, I'll buy all of the first ones.
Right.
And then I'll go through and be like, all right, I'm going to keep reading that one. I'll keep reading that one. I'll keep reading that one. Or I'll buy the ones, like, I read Uncanny every month anyway, so I'm definitely getting that one. And then I'll get the Jed ones because I got to see how we ended up here. So yeah, there's like the easy way to do it where you just only read the ones you already read. And then like intermediate level is like try a few. And then there's hardcores that get all of them. I assume those are the people that are getting Omega Kids.
I got to get all of them. Hardcore. I got to get it. It's just, and it's funny now because I'm really honestly bothered by Marvel right now, because they have this going on and they still have One World Under Doom is still going on. They have a whole bunch of different stories. Imperial is still also going on. So like 3 or 4 major
And they're
storylines.
just dropping huge
Yeah,
crossovers left and right. Yeah.
It's getting so hard for me to follow. I can't believe One World on the Doom isn't ended yet. That's still going on, and
But
it's
yeah, that was like an 8-issue miniseries, 8 or 9 issues or something.
there's so many tie-in. There's so many other titles there, and that's. You said something that's very interesting to me because we've interviewed a lot of people, and a lot of creators say they don't read.
Yeah, a lot
of comic books anymore because it influences their writing.
Mark Wade said he still does.
He does. Mark Wade reads old stuff, new stuff, and
right.
But that came out of Baltimore Comic Con. I ran into Mark Wade. I think you told the story. I know he came on the show. We interviewed him last week.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
awesome. Really... Yeah, I mean, if you read Mark Wade stuff, you could tell that he still reads comics because he's writing comics for like 40 years, and his stuff still feels contemporary and still.
That's what he said.
He said the same thing. That he said if he hadn't kept up, he would be an old timer. Yeah, he'd be writing like he did 40 years ago.
Right. Yeah. He buys old stuff and new stuff. Right. He's a comic book guy, and that was we did. I did a lot of marketing at Baltimore Comic Con.
Networking.
I did a lot of networking there, and we got a whole bunch of. We have in the next 4 weeks. I think we have something like 9 or 10 interviews in the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, Mark Wade's the real one. Like he loves comics, and what I really respect about him is that he does he keeps up and he he treats it like it's his job. He's like, here's this thing that I'm great at. Yeah, like be an athlete, right?
Sure.
Like you're you're like a great pitcher, but you're just like, well, I'm not going to practice anymore. I know how to do it. It's like you got to keep up with it. No disrespect to if you. You're just so busy and you got a family and all this stuff. Yeah. But me, where I'm at right now, I'm just completely focused on this. So I'm constantly either writing or reading or, I'm in it all the time. Oh, but I was reading comics the whole time too. I had like the thing everybody has where they go to college and they sort of fall off for a couple of years and then you come back and you catch up every Wednesday since then.
Yeah, that's the same here. I stopped for a while in college, and then I got back, and then we started this channel, and now it's eating us alive. It's worse. I'm buried down here. You can't imagine what it looks like with comic books. What you can't see is unbelievable. Unbelievable right now. What you're not seeing on camera at this moment is somewhat terrifying. It's there's stacks of comic books everywhere around us. The most open space down here that we have at the moment, right here, is on this couch. Yeah.
Yeah, you can sort of see my table.
Oh,
complete mess.
Okay, not so bad. Not so bad at all. You want to? No, I did not.
This is the indoors. Like if you go out to my studio where the actual books are, that's the real mess. But this is just into the house because this is where I sit here and write. Bring out a book. I go I'm going to read through this, and then it just ends up living here because I refer back to them. And
just before we came on with you, I noticed something. It's that way,
buried.
And I was like, what's that? It's like Michelle Pfeiffer's picture as Catwoman. And I was like, what is that Catwoman? It's a box. So what's that box with Catwoman on it? And he's like, oh, it's one of these things. I would take it out, but if I do, that entire thing will collapse.
Structural Catwoman.
It's holding up 5 or 6 other things.
It's a load-bearing Catwoman.
I'll show you after the interview. I'll spin you around after the interview. It's gotten a little out of hand down here.
It needs some work.
So what should people be looking for from Tony Fleecs right now as he takes over the world?
Well, Feral every month. Omega Kids 1 is in stores right now, and it really is you don't need to know too much about the rest of Age of Revelation to read it. It sort of works as its own little story. And I always like those because as a reader, if I heard about somebody, say you heard about me and you're like, well, I'm not going to jump in. There's 17 issues of Ferals, 3 trade paperbacks. I always like the opportunity to just grab a little mini thing and just go they either did a short story or a one shot or a mini series or something. So I like those. Trying it out. Omega Kids #1's in stores now. Marvel swimsuit special, the winter break swimsuit issue or whatever it's called comes out in December. The main one's Feral. If you like that book, please keep reading it, keep buying it.
If you're not reading it, there's something wrong with you. You should be reading it. It's
I can tell you that not everyone's reading it, but enough people are reading it.
Why not?
Very well, but we gotta. I mean, it's like I came into a field where most of the things are about people, and I'm trying to sell them a thing that's about cats. And I think there's a little bit of a like a learning curve that we have to get through to get people to give it a shot. Because I think once they do, they go like, "Oh, this is easy to digest. I could read this every month." But I do recognize that it's different than what the normal thing is that people buy. So, but yeah, if you've heard about Feral or Stray Dogs and you want to give it a shot, I obviously recommend Feral. I think it's the best comic out there, but that's very biased.
Really biased. No, it's great. It's a great series. It will be a great cartoon one day.
Yes.
Anything else?
No, man. I appreciate you guys having me.
Your appearances. Listen. I just want to point something out. So this is your third time on the show, and when you first came on the show, you weren't very famous, and
I'm still not, but yes.
Now you're a huge thing. But for us, I'm joking with you. For us, when you first came on, we were very small. I think we were probably at about 1,000 to 1,200 subscribers at the time.
Yeah.
And now here we are a year or so later. We're almost at 30,000 subscribers. So you've been with us from the beginning. You said yes to us right away.
Yeah.
Even though we were this little YouTube channel now we
really appreciate it.
Now we have creators coming to us now asking to be on the show. So
it's weird.
Got more subscribers than Feral does. So you're doing great.
we have almost 30. It shocks us every time.
Every single time.
And we've had celebrities come to us who want to be on the show. It's been a really strange couple.
It's a loose definition.
He was a celebrity. He was a big celebrity, and he's pushing him. We now work for said celebrity. So
no, we don't.
I can't wait to hear more about that.
Yeah, that's a good one. So keep an eye out for Tony Fleecs, Feral, Thing, Omega Kids. He's drawing swimsuits now. He's working for Sports Illustrated.
Excellent.
So everything else, and keep an eye out for appearances. Tony will be back on for his fourth one. What do we call that?
I don't know what you call fourth.
I don't know. We'll have to come up with a name.
I can't believe I remembered hat trick.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
With this day. What's that?
4P.
4P.
The 4P.
The 4P.
We'll come up with something better.
No. We'll just call it the Drive for 5.
The Drive for
there
5.
We go.
It'll be the fourth one, but it's the Drive for 5.
We got to send them something like it.
Yeah.
The one and only, the fiver. The fiver.
5 is big. I'll have a robe. We'll do like Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
Saturday Night Live. We'll send you a blazer.
We'll send you a blazer. Yeah. We actually should do that. That's good. All right, I'm gonna cut off the recording now, and then I'll show you what a mess it is.
Before we cut the recording, thank you for being on again. Really appreciate it.
So much. Love coming on.
Buy everything Tony Fleecs puts out.
Please. Especially Feral.
Especially Feral.
Foolish mortals, you now have the chance to join Doom's inner circle at Collector's Confessions. For a mere 99 cents, you gain access to members-only shorts and secret transmissions unseen by the unworthy. Rise higher at $9.99. You'll seize early access, exclusive videos, unedited footage, and even the power to choose Doom's next conquest. But for the true elite, the Dr. Doom tier, $99.99, grants you world domination. Join now or be crushed beneath the might of Collector's Confessions.